Hello. Are you wondering how Ayurveda is used to naturally treat mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression? In the next few minutes, I'll show you how Ayurveda's approach to healing the mind is surprisingly different from mainstream approaches you've likely seen, and it will free you from dependency on lifelong supplements and medications. I'm Myra Lewin, the founder of Pule Ayurveda and Yoga, where I've taught over 10,000 clients how to live symptom-free and feel fabulous with holistic natural practices. And I'm passing on this knowledge so that you can learn about how to treat mental health naturally and guide others to do the same. Mental health is something that's affected by everything that we do. The elements in us, which are described by the word dosha, so there's three doshas that describe the five elements and how they function in us. And when those doshas are out of balance, so that means they're either in excess or they're deficient, then we can experience mental illness and mental imbalance. And it starts small and then it gets bigger. A little bit of imbalance and there's not a mental impact. But once that imbalance, that excess, for example, goes farther, then we get farther and farther away from ourselves. And that's when we experience mental difficulties, difficulties comprehending, difficulties staying connected to ourselves, difficulties relating to other people. And so those mental challenges then render us not totally functional. So understanding that connection, that it's not just about our mind not functioning properly or having what we call a mental imbalance, but we have this dosha imbalance going on. And the dosha imbalance, of course, is something that's correctable. And when we do that, when we bring that dosha back into its proper region of balance, and again, there's not just one point, but you can think of it like an arena. And they come back in and suddenly people literally will feel like, oh, I feel like myself again. I had a client tell me that just recently. And she wrote to me and said she now sees how she was behaving before and how much she had changed. So this relates then to how we eat and how we live in a very large way. And sometimes we still want to think about it separately, as is done in modern medicine, that there's the mind and then there's the body. But in Ayurveda, we look at it all as one, and it is related to our sense of connection to our spiritual self or our higher self. So this dosha balance then is affected by what we eat, how we live, everything we do, everything we expose ourselves to. And this dosha balance then is also affected by the condition of our agni. And the agni is our digestive capacity, our ability to digest food and life. So, for example, if I'm having bad combinations of food, they're not digesting well, it's going to cause disturbance in my digestive tract, which is going to have an effect on everything else related to my body and my mind. If you think about what you've experienced in your life, right? Let's say you eat some really hot, spicy foods, and you feel a little bit disturbed the next day, right? And when you feel that disturbance in the digestive tract, even your mind isn't going to operate the same way. But then those things can carry on for long periods of time, and it becomes extreme. And that's when we have, other kinds of problems that come from the digestive problem. When we look at mental imbalance, we look at how can I bring that back to a place of having a sense of connection to self. In our 600-hour training, we prepare students to work with the mental health challenges that come with dosha imbalance and with weakness in agni. When agni is not able to do its job well, and of course, as a student, you come to understand why does that happen and what do we do about it? But it's you could think of it as the light in our eyes. And when this digestive capacity is disturbed, then that light goes down and we get disconnected from self. And that's when mental health challenges come up. So as part of our training, you learn why this happens, how it happens, and what to do about it. And of course, everything that we learn, we can apply to ourselves, and we can work with clients to gently and gradually bring them back to themselves. To support you in taking a step to decide to become an Ayurvedic healer, I've made extracts available of some of my favorite live lectures from inside the certification training. Contact us, and we'd be happy to share those with you.